Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about being alcohol free for 1 month. My last drink was on the 25th of November, and I have not had any alcohol since then. I'm going to talk to you about why I've decided to go and take a break from alcohol for at least the next month and the benefits that I've been seeing after just over a month of not drinking. A little backstory here before we get into the video. I've been drinking alcohol regularly for about 18 years. I started a little bit later than a lot of my friends growing up. A lot of my friends growing up started drinking in high school. I did not start drinking until the summer that I went to college. And then once I got to college, I started drinking pretty regularly and heavily on the weekends. I think the reason that I was drinking, and maybe this is a topic for another video to dive deeper into, but to get to the surface of it and just scratch the surface, I believe that I was trying to escape from a few things that happened when I was a kid. A lot of it had to do with sports that I played, some basketball coaches that I had, and some difficult times in the particular school that I was in, and a lot of things that I believe that I was running from. I don't think that I was mature enough at the time to understand that that's what I was doing, that I was trying to run from my past and numb the pain because the memories were too difficult to deal with. But looking back on it almost 20 years later, I believe that that is what I was trying to do. I was going out and trying to have a fun time and trying to forget about things, and I used alcohol to do that. And a disclaimer before we get into this video, I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm not qualified to give advice to people who are struggling with alcohol and substance abuse. If you're having trouble with substance abuse or alcohol abuse, I would suggest talking to your doctor or finding somebody who is. And I'm not out here trying to evangelize and tell people that drinking is bad. And you simply have to figure out for yourself if alcohol is something that you can enjoy responsibly, and that it's something that doesn't get in the way and interrupt your quality of life. The first thing that I noticed within a week of giving up alcohol is that my sleep started getting much better. It was almost instantaneous. I track my sleep quality on my Fitbit, and I understand that Fitbits are not the most accurate deal in the world, but when your sleep score goes from a 50 on a night after you have 1 or 2 beers, and then it's consistently in the 80s, then that's got to say something. There's research out there that proves that alcohol completely disrupts sleep. It doesn't disrupt the amount of sleep that you get. It can put people to sleep quickly, but it disrupts the quality of sleep you get. And there are a plethora of articles and research projects out there that speak to that and that prove that. It's something that has been proven that alcohol disrupts the quality of your sleep. So I immediately started sleeping better, and I'm still sleeping much better than I was when I was drinking regularly. For me, at this point in my life, I would have maybe 2 to 3 drinks per day on the weekends, probably 4 to 6 drinks on the weekends. I was not drinking regularly during the week, but once I stopped drinking alcohol, once I stopped consuming alcohol, my sleep almost instantaneously started improving from a sleep score of about 60 to a sleep score anywhere between 75 or 80 every night. Not drinking alcohol has had what some people might think is a paradoxical effect on me. Some people think that alcohol makes them more confident, and it might, but for me, not consuming alcohol has made me more confident, because the way I look at it is that everything that I'm feeling 100%. and it's 100% me. When you drink alcohol, at least when I drink alcohol, it numbs me to what's going on, and I don't have the awareness that I want to have. At this point in my life, I want to feel everything to the max, whether that is the most depressing thing that can happen to me or whether that's the greatest thing that can happen to me. I want to be able to be in the moment and experience that. And without alcohol, I've gotten more confident. I've been able to speak more clearly. I've been able to think things through more clearly, and I feel a lot better about myself because I know that I'm doing something by not drinking that is helping my health, it's helping my sleep, it's helping my productivity. Alcohol does give some people confidence in the moment, but then I know that my confidence would not be very high the next day when I would wake up with a hangover and I would be too sick to do anything that I wanted to do. I would be too sick that day to do anything in the way of pursuing the goals that I had. And back when I was in college, I didn't even have any goals. My goals were to go out and party and then wake up the next day and do it again. And even into my mid to late 20s, I had goals. I had matured, I had a career, but I wasn't thinking at a long-term mindset. Not having alcohol in my life for the past month and a few days has given me much more confidence in myself, and being sober and not having to rely on substances to escape, not having to rely on substances to numb myself, not having to rely on substances to get away from my problems has given me the confidence because I can feel like that I can face whatever problems are in my life without any mind-altering substances, because it speaks to my strength and being able to handle difficult situations without saying, oh, I need a drink, or without going and getting a drink. To me, that makes me more confident in myself. What I've also noticed without alcohol is that my health numbers have improved, chiefly my blood pressure and my blood sugar. My blood pressure and my blood sugar were already normal, but they have improved marginally since I stopped drinking alcohol. My blood pressure now, last time I took it was a 104/64, and that was a couple days ago, last Saturday or Sunday. My glucose, after I did a 10-mile run and then my body settled down, after about 18 hours of fasting, my glucose was a 73. And previously, my blood pressure had been all the way up into the 130s, 120s. I think it was a couple months ago, a 125/75. So slightly elevated. And now it's down to 104/64. And it has been in that range for the past 2 to 3 blood pressure readings that I have conducted. Normally, I'll take my blood pressure every Saturday morning. Since I'm starting to get older, it's one of the key markers of metabolic syndrome. I like to keep my eye on it. And also my blood sugar. I've been taking my blood sugar regularly for the past 5 or 6 months. And my blood sugar has gotten better since I stopped drinking alcohol. One of the no-brainers with alcohol that people who drink and people who don't drink probably understand is how expensive alcohol is. I don't know what the markup is on a drink because I know that bars and restaurants will buy liquor by the wholesale and then they will mark up the drinks because they give you 1.5 ounces of liquor or 12 ounces of beer or 16 ounces of beer, however much they serve it. But alcohol is marked up tremendously because bars and restaurants and grocery stores, they know that people are going to pay for alcohol and they're going to drink alcohol. Since I've stopped drinking, even in the past month, I have saved approximately anywhere between $200 to $300. And what I do is I look at situations in the past month where I would have had a drink, and then I notate that in an Excel workbook, and it adds everything up. I have some formulas in there that add everything up, and I have a floor amount of drinks and a ceiling amount of drinks. Normally, I would never drink more than 3 drinks in a night, so that's my ceiling, and then my floor would be 1. I would only have 1 drink. Then I multiply by that by the drinks that I would have had on the menu, and I go online and get that information, and then that gives me the amount that I've saved, the floor amount I've saved, and the ceiling amount I've saved, and that's just the drinks times the amount of drinks, the drink price times the amount of drinks that I would have had, and then I add state tax in Michigan, and then I add a 25% tip because I always like to give the server a tip. When I drink alcohol, it's hard because I like to have more than one. I like the taste of it, so I like to keep drinking. That can add up over time. I'm going to be excited to see how much I save. My goal is to get to at least the end of January 2023 without having a drink, which I have no doubt that I'll be able to do. And then I strongly believe that I'll be able to continue on. Not drinking alcohol for me has saved me already $300 in just a month, and it's sobering to think that I was spending that much money just going out. And this is just on the weekends. This isn't going out having a drink every night. This is just going to weekend restaurant visits and ordering 1 to 2, maybe 3 drinks with a meal. The last benefit that I'm going to share with you is that I feel so much more productive. I don't have to worry about not feeling well because of a night of drinking, and at this point I would get a slight hangover from only having 2 drinks, depending on how much alcohol was in the drinks. I feel so much more productive. Right now it's about 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm sitting here filming this video, which is something that I have not done before and something that I wouldn't do. Not drinking has made me more focused, it's made me more productive, but most importantly, I think the best benefit is that it's given me a heightened sense of awareness. I still have a lot of work to do in being more mindful and being more aware, but removing alcohol, even for a month, has opened my mind to experiencing the world around me like I couldn't do when I was drinking alcohol. It's improved and heightened my sense of awareness. It's made me more confident. Not drinking alcohol has saved me a lot of money just in the last month. It's made me more productive and it's given me better sleep. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is not an evangelical video to try to turn people from drinking to not drinking. All I'm doing is sharing my story with you about not having alcohol and the benefits that it has given me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and share the channel with your family and your friends. Until I see you next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope freedom. Peace, take care.